Hey guys, Ivan here, welcome to the Old School Labs newscast, and in this video we're going to talk about the biggest disappointments of this Arnold Classic 2020. So here obviously you can see first Patrick Moore. This guy promised but didn't deliver. Look, Patrick's trademark was his shape, his conditioning, definitely conditioning, especially at the Mr. Olympia, and it never was the size. He was always one of the smallest guys. Right now he was not conditioned. And what else he has? He has the shape, but without conditioning, you really cannot see the details that make Patrick Moore Patrick Moore. So he definitely failed really bad. He didn't bring the conditioning and he doesn't have the mass to hang with the other guys. So he's not known for the size. He needs to add a lot more size or come perfectly peeled if he wants to be in that at least second call out or maybe crack the top 6. To win the show, as some people expected, that's gonna take a lot more effort from him. He needs to grow a lot more muscle. But as for now, he just needs to come conditioned and he can do really good. But at this show, he didn't do it. What is the reason for it? Why he failed with the conditioning? I don't know. I mean, that's just probably he just got a little bit watery at the last minute. Not a little bit, but quite a bit. I don't think this is fat. He just probably missed the mark. He didn't peak perfectly. And it happens. And I'm sure he's going to improve at the Arnold Classic Australia or whatever show he does next. Also, we had Josh Lenartovitz. Now, this guy, he is a disappointment considering how good he was last year. Last year, he was far, far bigger than this. Right now, I mean, he was much smaller and he had pretty much the same conditioning like last year. Josh is not known for having the best shape. He doesn't have those small joints, small waist, and that kind of stuff. He has insanely big muscle, and that's what makes Josh Lenartovitz great. Now he doesn't have that, but we can forgive him for that because he had that head tumor, he had surgery, he had headaches pretty much every day during this prep. It was a hard prep for him, and considering all the factors, he looked good, but still he didn't crack the second call out. He was in the last call out, so not very good. Not very good result for him, that's for sure. He was in the consideration to win the show. Nick Strength and Power, for example, mentioned him in his video and he said that he may win one of the 3 Arnolds, or actually all 3 of them maybe. It wasn't even close to that. So, I mean, if he was at his best like he was last year, and if he came super conditioned, anything would be possible really. But like this, really big disappointment. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't see a really good Josh Lenartovitz this year. Hopefully, if everything with his health gets resolved and he gets better, I'm sure he's going to place much higher in the future competitions. Next one is arguably, or not so much arguably, but probably the best bodybuilder in the world in 2007. Victor Martinez, of course, and he is an old-timer, really. He came out of retirement last year. I mean, not really a retirement, but he wasn't competing for a while. And last year he looked much better, honestly. And I expected him to improve at this show. Based on all the progress that we saw, progress photos and videos, and based on his face that looked really dialed in, and based on some really good back shots that he posted on his IG. But I was expecting him to not be as good from the front because he's old. I mean, he's not a youngster anymore. He cannot really gain all that size that he lost back again, and his skin is loose. You cannot really make your skin different at this age. If it isn't tight like Dexter's, you cannot really change that. But he can come conditioned, and this time around, I think he was a little bit more conditioned than last year. From the back, you can see it, but from the front, you cannot really see it because of that loose skin. And I gotta say, his back double bicep was one of the best back double biceps at the show, but that's pretty much the only pose that he was really dominant at. The only one. And it looked like that in his progress photos on IG, and he delivered that, but not much else. Not much else, really. He wasn't conditioned. Definitely a shadow of a Victor Martinez that we once knew, especially 2007. So, another disappointment. Hopefully he's going to improve in the future, but let's not expect that. I mean, he is not getting any younger, and the age is the only thing that is stopping him right now, unfortunately. And we have another old-timer, Johnny O. Jackson, coming back from retirement. He was training with Branch Warren, and he says he was looking at his physique and he thought he might do good at the Arnold Classic. but it didn't really happen. It looks like he kind of melted away. I mean, the muscle starts to look a little bit loose, not just the skin. His arms are smaller, his legs were never his strong point, they were always pretty weak, but at certain shows he could get them full enough to beat some of the guys who had really good legs. At this show, they were definitely very, very obvious that they weren't really good. I mean, not just legs, everything else. I know that not many people had high hopes from Johnny, but it is what it is. He kind of failed and disappointed. Big Ramy, the biggest disappointment this year at this Arnold Classic. A promise that was never delivered, never. And this show, we really thought he's going to bring the conditioning. Based on all the physique updates, based on his face that looked really lean. And yeah, his face is lean, even at this show. But they carved him up probably too much. I don't know why they keep playing the size game, why he has to be over 300 pounds. If he was 290, wouldn't that be enough? He would have deeper cuts, deeper separation. He would still be bigger than everybody else. He would definitely dwarf everybody else. I mean, if he came smaller, he wouldn't look smaller compared to Dexter and Bonek. No, he wouldn't. He would still be bigger than them. The only reason why he lost is because he had a film of water all everywhere. You know, on his lower back, on his abs, on his chest, everything, really. And no deeper cuts in the quads, in the hamstrings. Glutes were pretty shredded, surprisingly. I mean, I'm really surprised. How is that even possible? I mean, with this kind of back, his glutes were really dry, but everything else, just overall, watery, not conditioned again. I mean, they should have probably even punished him even more. I mean, that's not how it works. He deserved that third spot, but hopefully that's going to be a lesson for him. Hopefully he will receive this message as you don't need to be bigger. You are big enough. You're bigger than everybody else. Just come peeled, man. Come at 280, 270, whatever. You don't have to be 310 pounds, right? Because how heavy is William Bonek? He's like 235, Dexter, something like that as well. 230, 235. This guy comes in 80 pounds heavier than them, and he loses. It's not about size, obviously. Just bring the conditioning. You're big enough. You don't have to bring the freak factor, being the biggest guy. You're still the biggest guy, even if you come 10, 20, 30 pounds lighter. So, I mean, I don't know why they keep filling him with all the carbs, and then he spills over. A big disappointment. I'm really angry. I thought he would win. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. If you want to say something about this whole situation, tell me down below in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel for more this kind of videos. And once again, thank you so much, guys. All the best, and don't forget to keep it old school.